let's look at the Gulf, Elliot, a little bit here. One of the important parts of this shift that you're discussing is a more open alliance, right, between, let's call it Saudi Arabia now and Israel. How realistic is that in the near term?
I'm a bit dubious about this, or you might say pessimistic. The Saudis don't want much from Israel. What they want is something from the United States. What they want is apparently a defense treaty. Now, I don't blame them for wanting a defense treaty as opposed to an exchange of letters or an executive agreement. They've watched, for example, Obama just toss out as meaningless exchanges of letters between Bush and Sharon
Right.
that had taken place just a couple of years before. So they're smart to say, no, we don't want, we want a treaty that will last. One of the things that the Saudis might want to do, frankly, is, talk to some of the other members of NATO about what they feel they've got in NATO's Article 5 today in the year 2025. Because, if you look at the text of Article 5, it doesn't say, boy, if the Russians come across the border, the U.S. Marines will arrive in a week. What it says is, when there's a threat, each country will use its national procedures to determine its reaction in defense of its allies.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty vague.
Yes.
And they're certainly not going to get more than that. That's the gold standard. There are things we can give them. For example, a major non-NATO ally status, which brings with it much surer access to certain weaponry systems. But that's part one. Part two is the Palestinian issue. Prior to October 7th, 2023, the Saudis were pretty vague on what they needed. Form of words about, Palestinian sovereignty someday. But since then, they've been much more specific. And not only they, in the sense of the government, Mohammed bin Salman himself has said, we're not doing anything unless there's a credible pathway now to a Palestinian state. Since October 7th, that's not going to sell in Israel. Yeah. Try to put all this together. What the Saudis, let's put it this way, if the Venn diagrams of what the Saudis need, what the Israelis can offer. And it is not, of course, Netanyahu. It is not, of course, the right. It's Israel now.
Yes.
And I don't see much of an overlap between those two circles, which makes me dubious. I mean, and unhappy in the sense that I think that normalization would be a terrific thing.